Good day, everybody. Thank you for clicking in, scrolling in, getting in, having a good time. That's what we're doing today. And we're working on another classic car. This right here is a classic car, I think. What year? Getting close to it with these years. My, how the time flies. Let's flip it around and see what we're working on here. Oh, wow. We have a vintage 2007 Saturn SC2. Because it's got, I think SC1 is a two-door, and the SC2 is a four-door, and I think SC standing for Saturn Coupe. And what we've got to do to this thing today is we're going to replace the AC compressor. Now the lady requested this. She did not want any diagnostic work done. She said she had an AC guy look at it and tell her the compressor was bad. She likes my labor, so we're going to put it in as customer requested. Now, is it going to fix it? I don't know. I'm not paid to diagnose it. She said, I want my compressor replaced. She's a nice lady, by the way. And I said, yes, ma'am, I will do it. And she said I said, that's what you want. She said, that's what I want. And that's what I'll do. She's even bought her own compressor. So you're like, where's that thing at? It's down in here. There's the alternator. If we were in England, we would call it an alternator. But it's actually an electric pump. Bomb of the electricity up. But there's the AC compressor down there. So I think we're going to be operating on the underside of this thing, possibly. I don't know. Stick around and let's find out. So to gain access, we're gonna put the vehicle up on the little scissor lift, and we're gonna pull the front tire off, and that'll help us get inside where the serpentine belt is. We're gonna pull this air box loose so we can look down in there, get that connector off, and be very, very, very careful. These plug-ins are pretty durable, so they don't break like Nissans do. Nissans, you got to get something underneath the back side right there. It'll go bink, and it's like gone. Hose clampy, move some stuff out of the way. Go ahead and the air box is pretty easy to move. Take the 10mm bolt out there, and it just kind of locks in back there. Take it and get it out of the way. You can really get down in there and dig in. So let's rock and roll. I want $1. That's called mechanical plinko. Drop a screwdriver and it goes dink 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 dink, and then it like makes it all the way to the bottom. You double. There it is. Next item up for bid is this here air box. They say put the clamp on upside down on this thing, so I couldn't get my thingamajig on it. Move along. It lays in there like that. We'll just lay the toss nut in there. Cooking with some gas. It's about the way. Okay. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Drop in the light. I almost think it's going to come up through the top here the way it looks. I'll give you a visual. It looks like we're going to pull this top radiator hose off, this alternator out the way, and pull some bolts and whatnot. Maybe this bracket right here that you see for like where the factory put the engine in, and it may just slide right. It might not have to take that bracket off. I'm just kind of just throwing that out there. I can't, but there's a lot of frame section underneath. Let's just look and see. Let's travel to the center of the Saturn. Going to the center of Saturn. First, we're gonna grab our handy dandy. People don't use it anymore. Mechanics creeper. We'll just quick little look see. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna have to come out. Well, I mean, it could come out the bottom. We'll take some lines loose and talk like this. Just take some line loose and just see what happens. It might just drop out of there. We'll give her a go. It doesn't. We've got to take it off anyhow. I can get to that bolt and that bolt, and there's one at the top I can get from the top side. Pull the plug in. I've already said discharge the system, and see what happens. Gonna do a couple other little things here. Flip the totally not phone around. The floor jack I've got here is going to be used to lift the engine a little bit. It's really difficult to get to the tensioner pulley, the little cog that you would reach in there with your... I've got the tool that actually, a serpentine belt tool, and I'll give you an idea what it looks like. It looks, you can get these off of Amazon and whatnot. And I may have to lift that engine. I'm going to give this tool a shot to see if I can get in there to the little square lug that's on the tensioner. It's not out here at the end like you think it would be. It'd be nice if it was right there, but it's actually kind of tucked up in that little hole. And having the engine raised a little bit may aid my getting it out from the bottom. So that might be something we'll do. I'm going to try that tool just to see what happens, but more likely I'll have to raise the engine. And when you do this, you always want to use a block of wood on your floor jack when you're jacking the engine up, because of the pedestal. Even if it's got the rubber on it, I still would like to use the block of wood, because the rubber can focus all the energy in one little teeny spot that they come with. It kind of mounds up. And if you're running an aluminum oil panel such as this right here, there's no room for flex. If this thing moves, it's cracked. And so if you use just a flat block of wood, like a 2x6 or something along the lines, a 2x4, something like a 2x4. And as you can see, this thing has actually been patched before. Wow, I'm glad I noticed that. See that? Somebody else has already put the patch job on it. So we're going to go way out here to the end. And that's what happens. I guarantee you somebody did something similar to that. Or she probably may have, a lady may have hit something, I don't know. But that's JB Weld already on there. Okay, so we'll carry on. Now it looks like I can get to it. The tool did get on it, so we'll run it to see, because if we don't have to jack the motor up, we won't, but there's that option if we have to. Okay, we got that. That's just a little bit cumbersome, because there's just not a lot of room to work with here. Got that. You like that, huh? Laid out there. That's how we got her in there, or it today. Disconnecting some connectors. I got the one off of the clutch already disconnected. We'll disconnect the high pressure switch. In case the pressure gets too high, it kicks the compressor out so it doesn't blow the line off, make a big mess. Alright, then we're going to start moving some bolts. There's one at the very top. We've seen that one at the bottom. We'll get those off, and I'm going to leave all but the one top on. I'm going to get the compressor ready so I can take it off and swap it out, so maybe not too much moisture gets in the line while it's apart. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, for a height. So those are the lines that bolt to the compressor. I'm going to put the seals on it. They're right here in my bag. I'll put those on, then I'll put the compressor up in there. Okay. So let me get that going real quick. And like I said, I left this on the back to keep from any dirt falling in while I'm putting it up in the hole. I've already got oil in it. Turned it a little bit. I put the correct amount of oil that it's supposed to take, which this calls for 2.5 ounces of PAG 46, which is SP10 by the factory number, but PAG 46 is what your local parts stores would have. So we'll put this in. Got it in there. So now we can start bolting it in. So the customer didn't ask me to charge it or anything, but I was just checking behind myself. And I know, don't laugh at my thing. it works for what I'm doing here. I've got other stuff that's way better, but this is just something I'm just showing you how simple this can be. I'm not pulling a vacuum on both sides. I just did one on the low side just so I could just look for leaks, and I let it run for a little bit, and I've got, this is just the valve closed off, and seems to be holding a vacuum. That's a good sign. Yeah. And we've just about got the compressor back on. I just got to put the belt on and just put our little junk back in here. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out while we change this compressor. So we do know it comes out the bottom. We do know that it's doable from that end. So that makes it I think this would be a do-it-yourself job, just other than getting the vehicle off the ground safely and not having any issues with it falling. Other than that, something that a man could do. 2.5 ounces of oil went in that little bolt on the compressor that you drain the fill. You drain out the fill packing oil. You put the PAG oil in place of it. You turn the compressor a few times so that it's good to go. And then, you know, after that, one day if we do a vacuum and refill, I'll show you how I do that. But right now, we're just doing a compressor replacement. So thank you, Tin and We'll Fix It team. I'm out.